So you may wonder which cover goes with which planner. Let's find out. So I've been getting a lot of questions on my videos and on my Instagram of which planners fit with which covers and what is the best fit between all of the sizes. And today I want to go over all the covers that I have and all the planners that I have and which ones go well with each other. So let me clear this out a little bit and let's begin. So first I want to start with A6 size. Here I have 3 planners that are technically in A6 family. First one is Hobonichi A6, so this is true A6 height-wise and width-wise. Then I have the Pocket A6 from Moterm, and this one is tall as A6 but wide as a pocket. And then I have A6 STALOGY here that I did cut down, so it's more like a pocket now. So these 3, from what I found out, the best fit for them would be in A6 or a pocket cover. Obviously A6 would fit in A6. So for example, Hobonichi here would be a perfect fit to go with the Hobonichi A6 cover. As you can imagine, they were designed for each other and they go really well together. You have a really good fit on all sides. You have a little bit of space left for tabulations or for pen or any kind of ephemera to decorate it, so that's pretty straightforward. Now this same planner here, which is A6, can potentially fit into some of the covers that are advertised as pocket covers. So for example, here I have 2 pocket covers. And this one is, I got it from the shop on Etsy called Gathered and Sewn. I love it. It's really nice and soft, but also has a structure to it. And this one, I bought it as a pocket cover. But I found out that if you're a person who likes a really tight fit and really flush fit of the cover to your planner, you can actually fit A6 into here. So if you can see here, it technically fits on all sides. It does stick out because of course it's A6 versus pocket, but if you're kind of a person who likes a really flush fit where you know on all sides it's just like this, like a little chunk, you can look into maybe fitting it into a pocket cover versus A6 cover. So as you can see, you know, it kind of works. Now, but of course it is sticking out on this side because it is a true 6 and this one is designed for a pocket planner width. So what you can also consider doing is using it with something like Moterm. So Moterm is A6 pocket, as I mentioned. It is A6 tall, but it is pocket wide, and because of that it can fit really well in a pocket size cover like this one. So if I put it here without, you know, stringing it or anything like that, as you can see, it fits pretty well on all of the sides, and even in here you have a space for a pen or to put monthly tabs and things like that. So this particular cover, I acquired it, it was a pocket size. It was not a pocket plus, even though it appears to be kind of like a pocket plus. So something to consider if you ever want to fit an A6 into a pocket cover for this really tight fit, you might maybe consider a pocket plus to make sure that you have enough room to wrap around. So as you can see, it fits really nicely on all sides. So again, something to consider. And the last one of the pockets, again, you can fit a STALOGY A6 here. So this one, as I mentioned, was cut down. I cut 5mm on the top and 5mm on the side to fit it into a very small cover, which is this one. So it is no longer a true A6, it's more like a pocket, and of course because this cover is pocket, it does fit into here. But I suspect that it would have also fit in here if it was just regular A6 STALOGY, because you can see there is 5mm space still here and there is 5mm space here. So if you have a STALOGY A6, I'm pretty sure it can fit in something like this. So next category of sizes I want to move to is a pocket. So these are all true pocket planners. I have here Moleskine Pocket Daily, Moleskine Pocket Weekly. I have the Field Notes K here size insert here. I have a pocket sequence, and I have this little pocket journal that I got at a conference recently, and it is slightly smaller than a pocket, but basically from that same family. And I'm sure you can find notebooks of pocket size like that in, you can get them gifted to you at events, or find them in bookstores. So these, as you can imagine, will fit in pocket sized covers. That's what they're for. And over here I have 2 pocket sized covers. I have 3 pocket-sized covers from 3 different companies. So let's see how they fare. So this one here is from September Leather. You can acquire it on Amazon, and it's a true pocket TN. So it is a TN, so because of that it's not wide. It's mostly designed for like field notes, inserts, maybe 1 or 2 of them, or just one pocket notebook. So as you can see, for example, if I grab this sequence here just for, try, it fits perfectly on all sides. But if I would try to put, for example, 2 pocket notebooks in there, like these 2, they would fit actually kind of cute, but it would be asking for trouble there. It would be like pushing it a little bit, because this one is designed to basically go with a couple of these, or maybe just one of these. Now another example of this would be the other pocket cover that I have here, and this one is from Chic Sparrow, and this one is pocket folio for field notes. And as such, it is also not really roomy, so it is designed for basically inserts like these. You can put a couple of them here, as you can see, right? This is what it's designed for. It is also folio, so you can technically slide them in here and fit them this way, but it is roomy enough to fit one pocket size notebook. Like for example, this Moleskine Weekly can go in here, and they can be friends. See, it looks really nice. Or you can put something like a sequence pocket right here, right? It's the same thing. It will slide in the back just fine, and then you will close, and it looks really nice. But there is no way I could put, for example, 2 of these notebooks in here. Now I know that Chic Sparrow also makes pocket covers that are just pocket, not field notes pocket, and those I believe are able to fit 2 of these together. I don't own one, so I cannot show it to you, but from the videos, like Carrie Harling, she has a pocket Chic Sparrow, and it fits 2 Moleskine's pocket notebooks. So when I'm thinking about fitting a notebook in a cover, I keep in mind that smaller notebooks are actually pretty close to each other in size. It's about 5 to 7 millimeter difference as they go up in sizes, and because of that you can often fit pocket into a pocket cover, but also into a 6. You can fit a 6 into a pocket, right, with a really tight fit. You can also sometimes fit a pocket into a passport. So that is what happened with this cover right here. So this one is from September Leather. It is one of my most cherished and beloved covers. I purchased it as a passport TN. I love it because it has spine, and so it really structures so you could fit chunky notebooks and hold them just right. And it has strings here, and it has the pockets if you want to slide a notebook in it. And this cover, I bought it to use with A6 cut down to fit it, right? So the A6 that I just showed you recently was actually cut down to fit this particular cover. Even though it was A6, I fit it into passport, and I was actually kind of surprised that I was able to do that. And recently I found out it was because this passport cover is just tiny bit taller than your regular passport TN covers, and because of that it accommodates actually pocket sized notebooks. So as you can see here, if I put this next to it, you can see that their size is actually exactly the same, and because of that I am able to fit pocket Moleskine planner here, and not just one but both pocket Moleskines. So again, this one is weekly, this one is daily, and even though they are pocket size, I am able to fit them into this passport sized cover. It is the most perfect fit I've ever seen. I am really excited. This is going to be my setup for 2023. Again, you might not like this kind of a really flush fit because you want to have tabs, or you want to have some ephemera that's sticking out, and you're worried that, you know, this will gonna get ruined because there is no cover here to protect it. But if you're into this kind of a really cute chunky fit, you can consider getting a passport size or maybe slightly taller passport sized cover for your pocket notebooks. And again, just like with the rest of them, it will fit this pocket one. As you can see, it's sticking out a little bit, but otherwise it's, you know, it does fit. And one thing to keep in mind when you are trying to fit pocket-sized notebooks into passport covers, consider getting a soft cover instead of a hard cover. They are much more friendlier and easier to fit with smaller sized covers. So now that we are on a passport-sized cover conversation here, let's go to the passport-sized notebooks. So I don't own a lot of true passport-size insert, because from what I've found out so far, most of the inserts for the passport size are like these, right? They're thin notebooks, they have very few pages, and I like when my notebooks are, you know, have plenty of pages to go on for a while. I don't want to start this and run out because I do write a lot, and because of that, I've been kind of sticking to pocket-sized covers and pocket-sized notebooks. But now recently CreateWithPen released this beautiful passport-sized notebook. It is a true passport size, and it has like 400 some pages. It has enough pages for you to basically have your weekly spreads here, daily spreads, monthly spreads, and still have enough pages for all of this. And basically it's designed to be a little bujo. So you have a passport notebook here, you have this passport insert, and I also added a few passport add-ons that you would have in your TNs, just to kind of show how you can use all of it. So of course, when you have a passport size notebook or insert, you will use a passport cover, that, you know, a natural marriage of two. So I have a few passport covers here, so let's check them out. So first one here is Chic Sparrow Passport Plus. So this one is passport size, but it is roomy enough. As you can see, it has all these strings here to fit a lot of inserts, and because it is passport plus, it would be able to fit all of the things I have here. It would be able to fit this notebook here. Let's just, for ease, put it in the back cover. You know, I would be able to fit this insert also, and all of these little wallets and pockets and stuff like that. And it would still close down, you know, it will still close and it will fit just right. You know, you can put the string here, and it's a nice little chunky pocket package. And because the passport covers are usually designed to give you a little bit of room, as you can see, you have room here to put a pen in or tabs, and you can have charms on the bottom, and they're not gonna run into you know, the edges, because you have a little bit of room, because it's a true passport cover for a true passport sized notebook. Another passport sized cover you might want to consider is this Moterm. So this thing is so adorable. This is Moterm passport size companion. It is a true passport sized cover. As you can see, it has flaps to put the cover in the back, or you can use strings and, you know, just use it basically like a TN. And it also has a back pocket, which I think is genius. And because it is a true passport size, I'll show you what I mean, is it fits this notebook just perfectly. I mean, look, it's literally like you have a minimal room left all around, because it is like I know they were not maybe designed for each other, but they really belong to each other. And you can also have smaller inserts here, of course, just like with any TN. You can have these passport size inserts here, you can have this one. In fact, this particular cover comes with 4 of these, which I think is really generous, and they all fit just perfectly, again, because this cover is pretty roomy and it has extension here. You can put all of these in there and they will still fit just fine. But because this cover is true passport, you cannot fit anything else in it but passport size items. And let me show you what I mean. So for example, let me take one of these, doesn't matter which one. Let's take Moleskine. So this one is a pocket, right? Its pockets are only slightly bigger than passports, but because this cover is true passport, I mean, it's really tightly sized to a passport insert. If you put something pocket in here, it will stick out. Now you may be okay with it and be like, oh, it's still kind of cute, but it does stick out on both sides. And even if you have like filled notes, still they're too tall, because as I mentioned again, it is designed to be true passport. Now back to the passport wide from Chic Sparrow, because it is a little bit taller than this one. You can kind of fit a pocket into it. It will stick out again, but it'll be a little bit more forgiving. So if I put this one in here, as you can see, I can actually put it without it sticking out much at all, right? And you still have room here for a pen. So again, it's something to keep in mind, right? That even if manufacturer tells you it's a passport sized cover, it might be slightly taller or slightly shorter than your actual true passport. So Chic Sparrow is very generous with her sizing, because even though it's passport, you can still fit pocket, because it gives you a little bit of room on the top and on the bottom for all your ephemera and adornments and things like that. And as I mentioned recently, my favorite passport cover that I have been using this whole year is this one. So again, I bought it as a passport, intending it to use with whatever notebook will fit in it, and I ended up cutting A6 STALOGY to fit into here. But what I didn't realize, that this one has even more generous fit of for a passport. For example, this Moterm, right, which is a true passport size, if you put it right next to it, you can see there is a little bit of a difference, and that is the difference that lets me put pocket size planners into here with ease. This one have basically same kind of generous sizing as Chic Sparrow, because if you can put them together, you can see they have exactly the same height. So because of that, you can either get the September leather, or you can get Chic Sparrow passport sized, especially if you want to have a chunky pocket sized planner inside of your covers. You can get either one of these and they will do the job. And of course, you can always use your passport inserts with your pocket covers, right? Yes, they will be much smaller and they will kind of float in there, but it will be great if you're into using a lot of ephemera to adorn your planner. Like you like to have, you know, the paper clips with ribbons on the top, and you like to have charms on the bottom, and you like to have tabs on the side, then you can consider using a passport insert like this one with a pocket notebook like this one. For example, if we use it in here, there's a lot of room on both sides, but as I mentioned, if you like to have a lot of paper clips and things here, you know, and little charms dangling here, it will fit. And of course, the width wise for this specific planner, it fits well, because this one is for filled notes, so it's not really wide, and so it will fit your one passport size notebook just fine. Or if, for example, if you want to have a pen in here and like have it basically kind of hiding in there, you can consider using your passport inserts with pocket notebooks, so then you can have your pen securely here and not worry of it falling out and you know, just hiding in there really nicely. So all in all, strategy here is you can always go one size up or one size down depending on the fit that you like. If you like your true fit, of course, then use your passport covers with your passport inserts, your pocket covers with your pocket inserts, and so on. If you like a really tight flash fit, you can use pocket with passport covers, try them out, or you can use A6 with pocket covers and see how you like it and how that particular notebook fits with that particular cover. And of course, if you like to have a room for a lot of ephemera, for a lot of adornments, for pen, for charms and stuff like that, you can go, you know, passport into pocket, for example, to have a lot of room, and you can fit all of your things in there and not worry about things sticking out or getting damaged when you put your planner in and out of your purse, for example. And of course, another consideration is, again, to keep in mind the sizing of the planner itself. Just because it is advertised as passport, it might be slightly taller or slightly shorter than another passport cover you already own. So for example, again, these three are all passports, and you can see that these two are of the same height and this one is slightly shorter, right? And same thing with these pocket covers. They are all approximately same height, but this one, for example, is slightly shorter than the other two. As you can see, just a little bit of room. And then as far as the width, As you can see, this one is TN, this one is filled notes, and this one's just regular pocket, but look how much more room you get here. So when you acquire your covers, pay attention to the measurements that they give you in description, be it at the store, like Amazon, or getting it from makers on Etsy. So pay attention so then you're not unpleasantly surprised when your intended notebook doesn't fit in it. And again, same thing to keep in mind is the height of the actual notebooks. Just because notebook is advertised as passport or pocket, it might not be necessarily. From what I've seen, pockets for the most part are really true to their size. As you can see, all of these notebooks from different makers have exactly same height and width, but obviously they have slightly different thickness depending on what you're getting. I mean, you can see from this one, which probably has like, I don't know, 130 or something pages, to this one that fits a full year. This one is also, I believe, has enough pages for a full year, and this was weekly, so obviously it's less. But when you go to other makers, for example, like Moterm, even though Moterm advertises this one as an A6, it's actually A6 pocket, which is, as I mentioned, is as tall as A6 but is as wide as pocket. So if you have a pocket cover, it might end up sticking out if it's like really true pocket cover. And of course, your A6s for the most part are all true sizes. Again, I cut this one down so it's not true A6 anymore. It used to be like this, and as I said, I cut 5mm here and 5mm here to make this fit, and basically made it into a pocket. And as far as your passports, again, most of the inserts you will find will be these smaller ones that are intended for passport TNs. I'm sure originally coming from travelers notebooks or Midoris, and are now gaining more and more popularity. But there are makers like CreateWithPen who now create actual notebooks. Think notebooks with a lot of pages to fit that exact size. And there you have it. Here are my suggestions. Here are all the covers to consider, all the notebooks to consider if you're thinking about 2023 and going smaller, and what cover would be great for the notebooks that you either have in mind or already have on hand, or vice versa. Try them out. I will place the links for all of these items in description down below, so then you can try them out for yourself. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And if you like this kind of videos, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. And until then, take care. Bye.